pipe smokers, cigar aficionados, vapors and snuff abusers, alright? Change of location. Change of location. Down at my mum and dad's. So I've just cut my dad's hedge. Man's 82, if you can't help him out, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And he's just put me a new, he's just done me a new roof on dog pen, and he's made a great job of it. Up and down ladders, 82-year-old. So he was like, oh, I've got to get my edge cut. I was like, I'll come and cut your edge for you, Dad. So that's what we've done. And we're down here. We're down here, it's lovely down here. This is my childhood home where I was born 53 and a bit years ago. So I thought I'd fetch a pipe with me as well. So I've got my travel bag, I've got my travel handbag, Brutal, my Gusty leader, and I've got a new pipe. I had a visit from a good friend of mine, you might know him, Big Smoke Phil at Poacher's Pipes, other Sunday. So he'd been looking at some pipes, and he'd been sending me pictures, and he were after a right old pipe. So I sent him a picture of an old pipe I had, and I went, I reckon this will suit you, lad. So he come up and he had it, which was very nice. But Phil being Phil, you know what he's like. He went, oh, I've got a pipe for you. So he fetched this, and it's a Savinelli Saturnia, which is an old series of Savinelli, and it's my shape, and it bulldogish, little bit of a diamondy shank going off, not too much diamond, it's bulldog-esque. From the 90s, I believe. Quite a rare series that they did. So beautiful shape, nice size, clencher, and it smokes wonderful. Yeah, quite enjoy this. Nice travel pipe, fits in the handbag very nicely. And we've got a new blend. To go in it. So it's come out the press. I've been meaning to do a video for ages, but I've not had the energy. But the sun's out. We've got some beautiful weather at the moment. We've got all the health warnings, however, on the news, mainstream media. You have a bit of sunshine and, oh, don't go out in that. The NHS is going to be overwhelmed. Oh, give over, it's a bit of sunshine. Shut up, you naysayers. So, last bank holiday, end of May bank holiday. Could have been. Anyway, whenever it was. Me and my sons, we went down to the Top Club in Village, and I took some cigars out with me, and everybody were quite impressed down there with cigars, being aficionados and that, you know what I mean? And I had my travel humidor. It's like a plastic thing. If you can fit 3 cigars in, and it slides open. You can put a little Boveda pack in it as well if you want to. And our Jono were like, "Oh, this is great, isn't it?" And then I'd smoked 2 cigars, and he did this, and he put the cigar back in the wrong end, and he closed it, and it crushed the cigar. So he was a bit upset, and I was like, "Don't worry about it, lad. It's just a bit of tobacco leaf, innit?" So what I've done is I've turned it into a cigar Virginia Perique cakey thing. It was I can't remember what cigar it was. A brown one about that long. Anyway, it was quite a nice cigar. So smells good. The cigar's coming through. The Virginia's a bit of a bulker. It'll add a bit of sweetness. And Perique will just bring the flavour out. So we're gonna stick it in the pipe and smoke it. I've got a little bowl down there. You can't see it, but I can. Oh, yeah. So just chopped it up and made a blend. You ain't gonna waste it, are you? We're not gonna waste it. I thought, while I'm down here with my mum and dad, we just had lunch. Mum can still knock up a mean sandwich, like cup of coffee on arrival, cut the hedge. Mum prepped a bit of lunch for us. It's too hot to walk dog at the moment. So we'll crank this up, see what it's like. And I'll try and remember what cigar it is. It's got it's a two-name thing, something, and there's a B. There's a B involved in the second name. It's the name of a bloke. When I get home and I upload this, I might remember and stick it in the thing. Oh, that's pure tobacco, that is. That'll give you a kick. Cheers, X1X. Cheers, Papa Bear. Oh, good smoke. Oh, that's nice. Got something else to show you, know. We're down at my mum and dad's. And my mum just went, I've got something for you. So I went, check. No, it weren't a check. She went, 'cause you're a pipe smoker. I thought, ooh, new pipe. And then I said, ooh, a pound of tobacco. No, it weren't that either. It is. It's a little ashtray. And that's a mouse. Now this, it was my grandpa's, my mum's dad. And this is stuff made by a gentleman called, I got it written down, Robert the Mouseman Thompson. And he was a furniture maker from Kilburn in North Yorkshire. Everything comes from Yorkshire, doesn't it, that's good, you know what I mean? And he was a fine furniture maker of oak. And obviously he did stuff like this as well. There's a gate at Robin Hood's Bay when we were kids. Halfway down the hill at Robin Hood's Bay, for those of you know Robin Hood's Bay. And that was obviously made by the Mouseman, because on top, on one of the posts, is a carved mouse. All his furniture, or most of his furniture that he made, he carved one of these. And there's a church at Hubberholme, which is a little village in Yorkshire. I remember going as a kid. My mum's got a oil painting of it that was her mum's, because she loved that part of Yorkshire. And Hubberholme Church, all the pews, there's a mouse carved somewhere, because Robert the Mouseman Thompson made the pews for the church. Obviously many years later, the church is probably about 800, 900 years old, but they had new pews made. And there's a little competition thing when you go in to find the mice, because they're not in all the same positions. Some are underneath, some are at the side, some are... So yeah, a little bit of trivia for you there. Try. 1876 to 1955 he lived. The company's still going today, but obviously stuff's not made by him because he passed away in 1955, but my mum's passed that on to me. So I thought it's going to be nice to sit my Uncle John's Meerschaum pipe in that. I'll not use it as an ashtray, I don't want to damage it. So there you go. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to enjoy this because it's got a right kick to it. Proper tobacco. And other than that, look after them families. Ta-da.